I would like you all to imagine something for me. I would like you to imagine that all of us here on Earth are nothing more than machines, systems, programmed by DNA, programmed by the media, programmed through schools, religions, and by people and things in our environment, programmed by ourselves, by repeating habits and addictions that we believe are bigger than us, experiencing the same patterns within relationships over and over, the same defeats over and over, the same highs and lows playing out in the same cycle over and over while we work like robots 35, 45, 55 hours a week. Imagine a polluted world of stress, anxiety, disease, and disorders. A world where we live in fear of losing our jobs, so we become slaves to them. Where we fear losing our jobs because if we lose them, we might have to experience what the majority of the world experiences. Imagine a world where we live in fear of debt, a system of debt created and run by other beings. Call them bankers, call them collection agencies, call them governments or corporations, call them what you will. But if you lose your footing in this world, if you start to fall behind, they will own you. These beings have created us to be blind to what's going on in the world, distracting us from every angle with fame and scandals, with fear of stepping out of line, with media, sports, television, conscious and subliminal advertising, religion, spirituality, fashion, beauty, the latest technological trends and styles, where we're always wanting more, never having enough. Consider that we have no personal choice. Everything we feel as personal choice is actually decided by those beings, those people who have made us their systems. It is almost as if we are computers and they are programmers. Now I want you to consider that those beings, in order to keep running us as the human race, in order to keep us doing what they want us to do, they need money. And to get that money, they need to feed off the money of the people here on the earth plane. Sound a little too science fiction to you? Or just about right? The problem is, the world we live in now runs according to an economic system that consists of people who starve and people who are fed with a silver spoon. And this is the problem Destini is currently addressing. Why? Because it is the most immediate, widespread, and changeable problem in the world. And it is the one that is causing the most suffering and the most abuse. We propose humanity come to an agreement about an economic system that supports all life. The message Destini is teaching is what is of utter importance on the website. The group that is taking the time to listen to and apply the message is empowering themselves to actually do something to bring about a solution to this world. The most practical way to do this is by political means, to become politicians if we have to, or to work with the few politicians who are already here, who actually give a damn about what's going on in the real world. The real world, meaning not the comfortable world of plenty that so few of us enjoy because we happen to have been born into a wealthy country, a wealthy family, or a situation where we had the means to provide for ourselves. This is a tiny percentage of the whole, and as Destonians, we demand the entirety of the whole be taken into consideration. Regardless of where or how the message was received, the message of equality has remained the same throughout over 2,400 videos and thousands of articles, and is discussed daily on the forums and websites. The matter of the portal is for each to come to their own understanding about. But the portal is here. It exists. And the constant and stable message that has been communicated is that spirituality has failed us. Religion has failed us. And it is man's responsibility to fix the problems that man has created. And as we are all a part of mankind, we are all responsible. At Destini, we are ready to take accountability. We are ready to look in graphic detail at what man has allowed to take place on this earth. And as members of the human race, we stand accountable, because that is the only way we will ever be able to stop. If we're too disturbed to even look at the atrocities of the world, if we keep turning our backs and blaming others for it, it will never change. At Destini, we stand. humbled by what we have accepted and allowed to take place here, but determined to not allow it to continue. We accept responsibility, and we propose a solution. We propose a change in the economic system we have all agreed to and participated in. We propose that we change this agreement for the sake of those who are born into a world of lack, so that we can at least get everybody the proper care, so that we can finally start focusing on other things, such as removing children from abusive environments and treating those who are so sick that they would be able to justify harming a child in any way whatsoever. The dangerous thing about spirituality is that it is yet another distraction that takes our attention away from what's really going on. It paints a pretty picture of support and guidance and wisdom from angels or guides and a hereafter that apparently cares about mankind. This illusion is supported by spiritualists. For example, radio stations such as Esoteric Online, who proposes things such as throwing imaginary boomerangs to angels so that we can get things we want from the universe. Boomerangs that will apparently bring things like money and products back to us. To utilize the spiritual realm to fulfill our own personal happiness, while we turn our backs on the rest of the world whose problems are too appalling to confront. This radio station interviews people who have written books and profited off of spirituality, such as the interview with John Thwaites called The Easy Way to Order from the Cosmos, which discusses how you too can manipulate the universe to get what you want. It suggests the existence of angels who will respond to our whims and desires if we only imagine hard enough. So this makes me ask, why did those angels allow the world to become a place where children get raped, where children are sold by their families into forced prostitution for money because otherwise they'll starve? Why aren't these angels helping or responding to them, and instead listening to the whims of people who are making plenty of money already? People are making money off of books and off of this supposed benevolent spiritual realm that apparently cares by getting other people to hope and believe it cares. But if you look at the world, you can plainly see nobody really cares. Murder, violence, war, rape, torture, and starvation still take place every day. So let's take Esoteric Radio as an example. It is a channel with over 3 million uploaded views. Let's say these 3 million people believe in this boomerang effect and apply it in their own lives. And let's say it works. So now 3 million people are growing rich off of the manipulation of the spiritual realm. But consider this. These 3 million people exist in a world where, in order for some to have, others must have not. The money is coming from somewhere. How can we be sure it's not coming from people who need it? And even if it is coming from people who don't need it, where is it being spent? If you spend money in this world, you are contributing to a system that values profit over life. You are supporting and agreeing to that system that forces the majority of the world, including billions of children, to live in conditions of poverty and survival. At Destini, our proposal is to change this system. We propose an equal money system, which is explained in great detail in the Destini material and on the Equal Money website. The economic system we currently live in is a platform and a framework of abuse that is inescapable. If you're surviving in this world, you are contributing to it. But it can be changed, and we can change it. That's not the problem. The problem is that people need to wake up, to realize that the economic system of abuse is not set in stone, to realize that the haves are responsible for the existence of the have-nots, and are responsible to do something about it. No amount of imagination or hope or beliefs is going to get people to stop considering only themselves. We require to direct ourselves to change at an individual level. We require to break free from the programming of the framework we've been born into, and to reprogram ourselves instead to honor life, because life depends on it. If you have the resolve to face this world, and to face who you are within it, join Destini, and start to change. Check out the forums, see what we talk about, see how we're changing ourselves, and join us, if you dare.